Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Near Death Diary podcast. I'm your host, Deadeye Two Tongues. With me is the Fog Gilly.
I'm right here.
We survived.
We did, barely.
We made it out of the woods.
Made it out of the tunnel.
Now, the crazy thing is that we thought we had kind of like a leisurely, kind of just easy go at it. Like, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that haunted. After reviewing some of the footage, well, there's a reason why we're coming to you on a Saturday.
There's a lot more going on than we thought.
You would have no idea until you review the footage, and we're excited to go over that with you guys. But yeah, we started picking up on some stuff that needed a little bit extra TLC. That's all going to be in the episode coming up. Yeah, we walked away feeling kind of a little on the unremarkable side. But then again, I have been going to Moonville since I was very young. That's been a place that we have always taken people to scare them. And where I grew up, it was only, 10-minute drive. So, kind of only had a few other times that I've had some spooky stuff happen out there. And I was kind of unaware, maybe just like this last trip, on what was happening.
Yeah, I've been out there a couple times and not much had happened, and I never really researched it that much. So it was nice to learn more of the lore.
The spookiest times I've actually had out there were human interactions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've seen some people appear to be doing satanic ritual type stuff out there, cloaked and garbed and chanting strange, the type of thing that makes you just come up on it and you're like, ugh. Yeah,
these guys again.
Walking away from that, but then I can't help but stop and reflect and be like, that's something that like me, Cody, and a group of friends would do. We'd be like, let's go out dressed up in garbs with like a fake rabbit, or a fake animal, make a big
something
pentagram.
Similar like that. Had a whole shebang, a whole character, and his name was Anthony Kane. And it was just Caleb in a leather trench coat and a white mask. And then one of our friends stood beside him in a cloak with a lit candle. And he stood in the middle of the road. And we had this harness on him. We threw it up over a tree branch. And then we waited for a truck to drive by and hoisted him over the truck luckily, the timing was good and he didn't become a piñata. But then the truck turned around and we had to hurry up and detach him and hide in the weeds. But that one person has a story.
I mean, it sounds like he would have had a better story had he caught y'all.
Clunk.
How many people like driving would have turned around? That was the guy.
It took him a minute. He drove down the road a little bit. You could tell he was thinking about it. He was like, should I turn around? Okay, I'm going to turn around. I got to see that.
That guy is brave.
Yeah.
Most people would have been like, hell no. And then been like, I'm never driving down that road again if I can, if I cannot. Like most people. But I feel like you guys would have met the, pardon my French, but the motherfucker who would have made your life a living hell. Not to mention, what if he would have become a piñata?
Yeah. That would have been one of those. Well, in hindsight,
yeah, as you leave flowers on his grave. Yeah.
Why'd we do that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I'm glad he made it out.
Yeah. The worst thing that happened was I got poison ivy from climbing up in the tree.
Hi, Caleb.
Glad you didn't get piñated.
Glad you didn't get piñated, buddy. So if you are joining us for the first time, welcome to the Near Death Diary podcast. How about you do us a little favor here, and you go and you hit that like and subscribe button. That would really, really
turn on the notifications.
But go hit that like, subscribe button, and follow us on our socials over here. Right there, you can find me and Mr. Foggilly, and it is, technically not a Friday because we had to push back, but we do give out a shirt every Friday to the top Super Chatter, and this month's shirt is this one right here, the Near Death Diary podcast. Cody, direct
Up
me.
a little bit.
Direct me.
Up, right there.
Really?
Right there.
I wouldn't think that was all the way up. God damn. But there you have it. That is the shirt for this month. That's what makes you a Hellfire Holler hero. Purchasing these shirts really helps us line the coffers to do great content. Catch Cody. Makes us gives us the liquid to go and do some great content out in the field, do stuff. We are rather enjoying doing the IRL, the in real life experience. That's fun. I think we're starting with all of our local areas right now, and seeing as we live in the geographically the 13th most haunted city in the world, we're not going to run out of haunted stuff for a minute. We have some really, really great, spooky, legendary locations in our area. Moonville, the one that we're doing tonight, is pretty well known, but there are some other ones that hopefully we can get access to. And what we're finding is sometimes you gotta kind of grease the wheels a little bit. You know, sometimes you have to get a permit, sometimes you have to get permission, and that permission typically comes with, well, you can come here, but you $500 to stay the night, you know, and have free reign to the facility or wherever it is, the haunted location. So if we get a little bit of extra cheddar, that helps. You can do that by going out over to the super chats, and we try to give back as much as we can. So top super chatter, that's the t-shirt that you will be getting for this episode. Secondly, if you would like to go to our Patreon, it is Deadeye Two Tongue 740. You can go there, become a tier member, and help us with getting our asses out on the road and into these haunted locations. That's another way you can help. Other than that, you can like, share, subscribe. Jumping into this IRL experience here over at Moonville Tunnel, Vinton County, my stomping ground, where I came from. Grew up right on the borderline of Vinton County and Athens County, and over by Lake Hope is where you're going to find Moonville Tunnel. It is a really, really beautiful location for anybody that just wants to go and visit it and check it out during the day is what I would recommend. And they just increased the so first and foremost, there used to not be a very convenient bridge that takes you from a parking lot right over to Moonville Tunnel. You used to have to kind of scrape and like navigate your way through kind of like a treacherous back way that followed the creek side, and people who knew it could get there. People who didn't, well, tried to figure it out.
Never seen again.
But yeah, I'm not sure when the new bridge was put in. I'm going to say it was maybe eight years ago, something like that, maybe close to a decade. But my friends and I in college used to go out here all the time, and we would party. My dad used to go out there and party. It's kind of a rite of passage in our area because it is spooky. It has got a lot of lore, but a lot of the times too, the partying and all of the ragtag group of people that go out there, you never knew who you're going to run into out there. Luckily, we didn't really run into anybody. There was nobody out there
that we know of,
human wise. So far from what we think. Now at the end of our stay, there was some rather questionable sounds and whatnot happening, you know, that you'll see in this video. That, what would you say, sounded like it could be, you know, it was, don't know. It is a mystery. But yeah, ever since I was there, I didn't really have too many haunted experiences there. I've actually gone out there. I've suspended, like, with my buddy out there, the witch's hour, 3:00 in the morning, ramming needles the size of pencils through my skin and hanging from that old tunnel. There's some footage here of me doing that. You could check that out. But yeah, we had a pretty kind of chill time, except for when we reviewed the footage. And then the second day when we came, we actually had a lot more happening during the day, didn't we? The second day,
a lot more, at least through the spirit box.
Yeah, the spirit box was igniting the second day.
And then mosquitoes
Mm.
for
Which is
some reason.
weird. We didn't
Yeah.
have mosquitoes at all.
No.
At all the first night. But let's get into our first glimpse into our investigation into Moonville Tunnel. Welcome back to the Near Death Diary podcast. I am your host, Deadeye Two Tongues, and with me as always, the faithful Fog Gilly. Join us as we go deep into Vinton County, the foothills of Appalachia, to visit Moonville Tunnel, a well-kept secret here in Appalachia, a paranormal hotspot for those brave enough to find it. So I was talking about it a little bit earlier, and I've talked about it in other videos. My ex and I came out here, and much like, you do with newcomers and such, you want to bring them here to be scared. Well, we used to take them the long way, because this bridge didn't exist. And the long way, you had to know your way around, and you had to be sure-footed, because otherwise you were going down into this water. But this pathway, this kind of half, game trail, half secret pathway, was the entrance was on over here, and you had to figure out your way across the water, and then ride this bank up and out. It'd take you to what used to be old railroad tracks. I think the train stopped coming through here. I think it was 1986 is when they officially decommissioned. I'll check that. I don't think it was 1886. I'm pretty sure it was 1986. But looking down in here, I think right there's one. You can see there's an old telephone, or at least electric post. It originally ran electricity. Did it run it to the city or the small town of Moonville? I'm not sure. I'll have to check on that. But yeah, you can see there's remnants of the 1800s for sure here. But my ex and I came up here. We were walking this gravel pathway, and I've been here a million times. I haven't had a crazy amount of things happen. It has just gotten spooky, but you gotta wonder if part of that's all in your head. But we got up to the mouth of the tunnel, and it was strange how audible it was. It sounded like a bunch of voices kind of swirling around at once. And it was the only time that I felt as if something was super wrong. And we got all the way up. But it was more like this. When we were going, all we had was a flashlight. So when you get up to the mouth of the tunnel, it gets rather imposing rather quickly. You'll see it start to kind of come into view just a hair. That's more like what we were seeing. We got up to the mouth of this, and all you heard was sound like swirling voices. And we turned around, and we were like, hell no. We're getting out of here. As we started walking this way again, started hearing stuff and started feeling like we were being followed.
It makes the end darker. It's kind of creepy. Also makes behind us darker. It's a good light for like the base of operations though.
In the heart of Vinton County, Ohio, the forest conceals a well-known secret. A stone passage carved into the hillside. It's arch-worn and weathered, a place where time has collapsed into shadow. This is Moonville Tunnel, a relic of the railroad age, and one of the most haunted places in Appalachia. Allegedly. Its story begins in 1856, when the Marietta and Cincinnati Railroad cut its way through these hills. The tunnel was meant to serve industry, to ferry coal and iron from the earth to the growing nation beyond. A town appeared beyond here, a place called Moonville, a village of miners, their families, and a few brave souls willing to carve out a living in the isolated wilderness. The world beyond was changing. America teetered on the brink of civil war. Cities were plagued by cholera, yellow fever, and waves of immigration. Overseas, the Crimean War drew to a bloody end, yet here, in these woods, the concerns of the world faded away. In Moonville, survival meant risking everything on the rails. The people here lived by train, and far too often, they died. The Moonville line became notorious for tragedy. Isolated from neighboring towns, locals had no choice but to walk the tracks. Often, the tunnel itself. They say some never emerged alive. One of the first spirits said to haunt the tunnel is the brakeman, supposedly crushed beneath the wheels of the train in 1859. His name is lost to history, but his presence is not. Some say when they walk the tunnel at night, they report a yellow glow of a lantern swaying in the darkness, footsteps behind them, and the unshakable feeling that they are being watched. But he is not alone. In 1880, an engineer named Theodore Lawhead was killed when his locomotive collided head-on with another train near the tunnel. His ghost is said to still walk these tracks, desperately signaling his lanterns, forever trying to warn people of upcoming danger. And then there's the story of Baldy Keaton, a gambler, a drifter, a man of ill repute. One night in the 1880s, his luck ran out. He was murdered in cold blood near the tunnel. His ghost, locals say, linger with mocking laughter, his shadow seen drifting through the trees. And then there's the woman in white. Legends speak of another figure, a sorrowful apparition known only as the woman in white. She is said to be a mother, searching for a lost child who never returned from the tracks. Her form glides silently through the tunnels. Now, is this all local lore? It appears that some history seems valid, that there are actual people, names tied to these ghosts and spirits.
You see my breath again, 50, 58, 58 degrees.
All right, so we are at Moonville Tunnel. We are all strapped up and getting ready to do some readings in here. We got our little home base set up. We got our watches going to capture any sort of EVP. Noise canceling mic, so should be better than uh, our what's it called, the Mothman one that we did, because this gets rid of atmospheric noises. So we're hoping that we'll be able to capture better audio and stuff by doing so. But what I think we should go light a candle in the middle and see if it'll hold a flame, because there's not really like a draft in here. So if we can put a candle in there and then we see that the candle gets blown out, then that's something. All right, we had this set to record and just see the movements of the candle. And
Can't really see it. But if it goes off, we'll know. About that, can you see that there? Oh shit!
What, bro?
What is it?
I had the page loaded to read.
Hey, that thing's going red. Ooh.
I had it open to read. It's gone. Can't open the internet browser.
That thing went red for a minute and stayed on there.
So we decided that we were going to go into the tunnel and we were going to light a candle. We were about in the middle of the tunnel, and there was a couple, at least, reasons that I thought that we should light the candle. A, see if anything messes with it. B, I was thinking to myself, there's all these times whenever you go into a paranormal location and you get these like kind of chills, gusts of wind, and things like that. I wanted to be able to see. I wanted to be able to make a connection. Here's a candle burning. Look at the direction of wind that it's being blown in. Like, I wanted to be able to, if something blew up against me, or I wanted to look, is it going the same direction as a candle? I wanted something to help me rationalize and like see, if I would, was essentially onto something. If this gust of wind that was hitting me, it's a drafty old tunnel. Is this gust of wind that's hitting me, does it match up with the movement of this flame? Now, we sat down and we lit that candle, and the electroscope, like immediately as soon as he put it down, turned red. Now, if you're paying attention to this flame, it is blowing steadily in one direction, like for a good majority. But every time me and Cody come up to it, it goes upright first, and then it blows the opposite direction. So the electroscope turns red.
And the electroscope detects like static electricity, which if nothing's near it and no one's near it, then it shouldn't really be doing anything. And when it turned red, that means it's detecting something.
Yeah. So not only does this turn red, but then the direction of the candle shifts and moves and goes the other direction. And you notice that pretty much anytime that Cody and I are around it, the candle, like, it alternates, which is also strange, because as I'm watching this and I'm watching the candle literally pushing the opposite direction, we're still feeling that gust of wind that was coming through the tunnel going the opposite direction. So, just little things, like things outside of the norm. I thought a candle might help us be able to see something like that, and I believe it did.
And it made for some neat shots.
Yeah, some really cool B-roll. So, growing up, Moonville Tunnel was like the scary place. It was the scary place to go. People would come out here and mess with each other all the time, but there was some local lore that was just things commonly told to me and a lot of the locals. Um, so first off, this is like a tradition. My dad used to go to Moonville Tunnel, and he would, prove that he wasn't scared by coming out here and dropping LSD, like, and camping out here and having a good time. But yeah, he would come out here and do that stuff, and it's been rumored to be haunted, and people, I guess, would come out and mess with people who would be ballsy enough to camp out here and stuff like that. But what was always told was that there was deaths because of the railway, and there is a fella that supposedly walks through this tunnel with a lantern. And that's like the most common phenomenon talked about out here. And then supposedly there's another fella. So two gentlemen known to have passed, and it's in my notes, the years of that. We'll make sure to add those in. But yeah, the deaths happened supposedly near, near or as a direct result of the tunnel is what's always been stated, and it was the lights changed. Swear. It was like it got way darker. It's wild. But one of the things that
Big cold chill blowing through.
yeah, one of the things that's always talked about is
Candles out.
Yeah, I felt it.
I still feel it.
Yeah, that's a hard, consistent air movement. It's hitting hard. Could just be a gust of wind. But anyway, what was always talked about was those that would walk the tunnel. And then supposedly there's also a lady in white that walks the tunnel. Some people say that she also fell from the tunnel. So that is commonly talked about. But those were the things, those were the lore, and then there was all of the other stuff. Like, there was trains diverted on purpose to allow the town of Moonville, the small little town that was near here. Some people have said that they have diverted the trains and not brought them much needed medicine, and that a lot of people on the railways had passed, and a lot of people from Moonville passed because of the railway as a direct result. So that's why this is supposedly a hot spot. Now, a lot of people come here to do some pretty witchy stuff, which in my opinion has drawn forward a lot of things.
That one's still recording.
Hmm.
I'm just trying to fix this or something.
Oh yeah. That candle going out though.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Mm-hmm. Did it pick up on anything? Like, did that meter go off?
The one did, I know that.
You got the spirit box?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to relight the candle. So, when that candle went out, how'd you feel?
Felt like rut row.
Yeah, what was crazy, there was no significant amount of wind. There was no difference in anything. And it was like when we started talking and when we got up on it. So we actually left the iPad on and like focused on that candle for like a good amount of time. It didn't really have any changes. It didn't have anything happening to it, but it was only whenever we came up to it. The like meter is going off, the direction of the flame is changing, and like we're sitting here talking and we're watching, we get up on this candle again and the flame is high on it like it had been, and me and Cody get up on it, and it just goes, and it just like sits there, and it's this super small flame, and we're like, "What's going on with that?" You know, and it wasn't very long, and it just went completely out. You know,
It was weird. And then I think we relit it too, and it went
hmm
fine. And
yeah, yeah,
so I don't know what caused it to go out. I mean, it could have been a quick
yeah.
breeze, but it could have been something else.
There was really no significant.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And you look at the little flame that would like because it shrunk on us and it sat there and it was like rather small for a while. It's not like moving erratically or anything. It's literally just sitting there burning. Like it was weird. It was something was moving or like giving some of its energy to that candle, and it was strange. It was strange. Simple and effective little, paranormal trick, like, to kind of see if, there's anything happening. But it,
yeah.
it
I was
definitely,
thinking while we were there, I was thinking we need one of those laser grids,
yeah, that would have
and
been
that would have
helpful.
been at least set it somewhere with a camera on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think the candle did good too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, we saw later that there were things that were picking up that we were able to see on film, and you're going to see that here in just a few. But that would have been nice to have that laser grid, because I feel like well,
We
I
need
feel
more cameras and more equipment.
hmm there were several times that it was obvious, either audibly, definitely audibly, and then times like with the candle and stuff, that we were not alone in that tunnel. Most of the significant evidence that we had was audio, especially at the end. All right. Railway workers supposedly passed away here. Is that true? How many people passed away on these tracks? If you're here, can you blow out one of the candles? Does anyone want to speak through the spirit box? Nobody's talking. Nobody's saying a word. There's nobody here who died on these railroad tracks. Does someone carry a lantern? There's a lantern right behind us. Is that someone trying to speak? You have to speak up. Speak confidently into that box. It's getting close to Halloween. Wouldn't it be closer between our two worlds?
That one thing's about to do that.
It would have to be right when I asked to be recondensed. If there's somebody here, put out one of the candles. So close. Not happening. Nobody's speaking on the box. You want to try a different channel? It was a long time to ask the box with hardly getting anything.
If there's anyone here with us, can you tell us your name?
Well, that got brighter. Dude, that light is fluctuating and I wonder if this camera can pick it up.
Can you interact with one of these candles? Or any of these devices in front of the candle?
This light seemingly like that. Much brighter for a second. Like it was wild.
Can you blow out one of these candles?
Sound like something moved a rock. Look at some of those rocks move. I wonder if it's like going to be like a game of angles in which camera, like
Which angle catches the... That one candle just got bright. That one candle just shot up. Can you say hello? Repaired in 1903. It says repaired in 1903 down here. Can you tell me your name? Can you say anything? Was the first anything happen? What is the name of this place? Can you say one of our names? Do you know what year it is? Hmm? What's like?
Your microphone.
Can you say anything to us?
You say something?
Not yet. Something there. I don't know what it was though. Ooh, what was that?
What?
That wasn't a spirit box. It was like fucking in my ear. Something went like meep. That fucked with me.
Huh?
My ear feels weird. It's like something went off right in my fucking ear.
Well, I was recording.
It was odd.
My messages all just came through. There's zeros there, looks like it.
Let me see. Oh. No, I got nothing.
So this is the first incidents that happened where one of us had what seemed to be something physical happen to us.
I didn't feel anything. I just heard something.
Yeah.
Then after watching it again, it was like, oh, what's that?
Yeah. So I'm sitting there. I'm filming Cody, and Cody's spirit boxing, and
something did go off right before that too.
Yeah.
There was like a little something, but you can't really tell what it was. But the spirit box went off, and then something. All I heard was like something in my ear, just going like, whoo! Like it just sounded like a person in my ear.
Yeah.
And like I got my hat on, covering my ears, so like nothing, like no dust or something would have.
I mean, I've never heard of dust like
a bug or what. Well, I mean, if something gets in your ear and then just.
I still don't know about that. But you can. The thing is, you can kind of see like that. There's something, some manifested whatever comes up and kind of pops Cody in the ear right there.
Yeah, it was really weird.
And then you see it kind of darts and swishes away. Like we slowed the footage down for him, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you check it out. Like and I remember Cody's reaction. And I'm thinking, like mosquito or.
That's what I thought at the time. I just thought it was like something. I heard something or something made a noise.
Nah, his reaction was pretty. I mean, I looked over and he's sitting there, and you fucked with your ear.
It did like it made my ear feel fun. Like my ear felt funny. Like
yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It just felt like something messed with my ear.
Yeah, yeah. It was like it was pretty interesting, and we never would have known it. But we caught that on film. You can clearly see it. It looks like something literally comes up, hits you in the ear, and then flies off and away.
Yeah, really something weird.
Yeah, they didn't do that. They didn't dare do that to me. They did later. like I think I don't know if it's on film or whatnot. At one point, like I'm sitting there talking to Cody, and like all of a sudden my ears started ringing like really, really loud and crazy, and it was only in one of my ears, and I mean it was super strange, and I'm like whoa, my ear, like my ear's ringing, it was super wild. So I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I didn't even piece that together when you were talking about it, because out there, all we did was I heard the noise, and there was like we didn't watch the video and see that. I just thought it was like a one-off whatever.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah, it kind of seemed that way. It was hard to put everything together until you see it in post. Which is, I mean, kind of thank God. Like like if you're out there and
You're like, what was that?
and you're like, oh shit, like things are actually like physically like hitting me, like things are altering my body's chemistry. That's a whole ordeal. All right, I just heard something down here. Oh man, temperature drop is wild. Wild. You can hear coyotes going. There was just a whole bunch of hooting and howling by coyotes. Tried to get them, try to get them on film, but they went away just as we did. There's definitely some strange sounds and stuff, like just like weird, like you think you hear footsteps and stuff like that. Check the battery, will you? Check the battery. I got clobbered with like a big old raindrop
41.
in the tunnel. Okay. That was probably what, an hour? 2 hours?
120, 130. It started over here and then something threw something across or something.
It was weird.
Huh?
Sitting here falling asleep. And I was like literally about to doze off. And
I heard it over here and then it moved over here.
I can't see what kind of trees are those. See if they're nut bearing.
Maybe.
I don't think so. Nothing. I don't see that like any hickory or I don't think that's an oak. Can't see.
There's pawpaws down the other side.
Yeah. would be the papa season.
Yeah, almost.
That was weird though. Sounded like something was like thrown.
That's what I thought. Like it sounded like it hit something in here, but then like
Yeah.
kept going and hitting stuff over that way. It could have been a bird or something flying over. But
So at one point, Cody and I just decided to kind of take a load off. You know, we've been doing spirit boxing. We've been like wandering around.
oh, the snack break. We eat some chips,
Yeah.
drink something. You
Yeah.
can't just you gotta when you're getting ear fucked by orbs. You need your energy.
At one point, Cody and I decided that we were just going to go and kind of sit at the end of the tunnel where we had set up like our main light. We funny, we bring a grow light. Like,
Hey, that
so,
thing was awesome.
oh, it was crazy. It was so bright. But the thing was though, where it cut off and left darkness. Man, that darkness was
Yes.
so much more dark. But we just pulled up a chair and sat at the end of the tunnel. And we were kind of looking in. We had cameras on it in case we were seeing anything.
It was a OSHA required 15-minute break every hour of paranormal research.
Yeah, it was 100%, or else legal trouble. But we were watching the candles in the center of the tunnel, which like didn't ever burn out like they did when we were standing next to them. Like never had an issue. They were burning just fine. We have all the cameras on, and we're sitting at the end of this tunnel. And it's not that the night's uneventful. Like we're at this point maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that.
I think it was around there.
Yeah, we drove all the way out there. We had carried all the stuff, and we'd walked and we've set everything up. Well, I'm tired, and I'm sitting there. Cody's eating something, and I'm sitting there, and I'm literally catching like a quick power nap, just kind of sitting in this chair. And I wake up to what sounds like things being kind of thrown, and it sounds as if something is on the top of the tunnel, kind of moving around. And you guys know I'm a nature nut. I'm like, my first thought, I'm like, nah, this has got to be like a nut falling from the canopy or something. But didn't hear that at all the whole time we were there. Like and I'm looking, I don't see any hickory, like I don't see any black walnut. It's all like maple, and I'm like, there is nothing. There's no fruit, like, or nut bearing tree that is dropping right now. Nothing that I could see. And we're sitting there, and that's whenever something literally seemed like it got thrown right at our head, like, and we're like just sitting there, like, oh, what the fuck was that, And it kind of rattled us, It didn't scare us off, but it's the other paranormal experience I had out at Moonville was something, in fact, being thrown at me. But we're talking something grandiose, something, whatever it was, had to be rather large. But this, it just kind of seemed like almost like a playful.
It was like just
like what are you
just
doing
around the tunnel just to
Yeah.
get our attention or something.
Yeah, so it was like something was at the precipice of like right where the edge of the tunnel was, and it was just kind of like moving around, and that only intensifies as the night goes on. That was very much so a shuffle. got the big old light. You can walk out there and fucking shine the light into the woods.
I mean, it seems like it's right there. Like if there was something there, you'd think we'd be able to see it because of the lantern. There's fucking nothing. Oh God, leave it off. Turn the light off. Is there someone down there by our lantern? That lantern's acting funny. Or my eyes are playing tricks on me. Can you interact with our lantern? What the fuck is that? Dude, that was like...
If they know that sound, we'll hear it.
What?
If they know this sound.
I swear I heard like a woman wail. Like really faint. Did you hear that? It was like really faint, like
So we just like sat here in the dark, like, because there's something, like, it made a few weird sounds. We're hoping it gets picked up. And that's like from the perspective of people who know weird sounds in Appalachia, just in the woods in general. Like it had like a weird something to it, a weird energy. And the noise it was making, the clanging, and it sounded like shit getting broken and thrown. And then...
Did you hear the faint fucking, like, woman being like...
It was weird.
It was like, it sounded farther away than whatever was there, or it was like really quiet. But...
Yeah, I heard something like what you're talking about. That was fucking strange. Let's give it a minute to rustle.
What did it say about the, what did the woman do?
She's just a woman in white.
I was
kind of like a classic.
I was catering to like a lantern, like the guy with the lantern. But I feel like it could have been something else.
Well, I just heard clanging and banging around.
Oh, it sounded like something walking, like almost just back and forth right there at the fucking entrance. Yeah. You could hear the shuffling, like, I mean, like.
Yeah. It's kind of just when we were like letting our guard down too, which is crazy.
Well, this place is not, nothing's happening, gonna happen at all
It's the
tonight.
same thing that happens with fishing. So after we just sat and listened to something rummaging around.
Just turn that on again.
Oh, something rummaging around at the entrance and possibly still rummaging around there, down at the entrance. We're going to walk through it. Cody's also getting readings for the first time. That's the first that's hitting. But go figure, whatever it is, puts itself at the entrance.
Let's get these chairs. Shit.
Forgot about the chairs. I tried like making like the sound of like the gun racking and everything. Cause I figure if it's a human, they're gonna be like, oh shit, you know. We really don't, like, we could definitely like see if there was cars that pulled up into the parking lot. We'd be able to like kind of vaguely see them. But, you know, I mean, I myself have played around with people in Moonville. You know, when they came out here to be scared and you saw them, you came up and started messing around in the tunnel and shit like that, and like to spook them out. People could see our big old light, I don't know. But it definitely gave me like a creepy feeling, for sure. But I racked to see if it's a human, they're gonna know that sound. They're gonna be like, oh, hey, hey, hey. But it didn't do it. Thank you, Patreon, for helping us get mics and all the things. If you're sitting here and you're thinking to yourself, what would you have done, called out, or, you know, would you have never done this in the first place? You know, let's hear what you have to think down in the chat right now. And in the super chat, what's going on, super chat? Soon it would be awesome to get the ability to do these live, because, like, this would have been creepy as hell, taking you guys through it live. But most of Appalachia ain't gonna have cell phone service.
Who do you think's winning the shirt?
Do what?
So who do you think's winning the shirt?
Yeah, well, who's winning that shirt right now? and shit out here. This is why you bring a glow fucking tent or light with you.
Also, isn't that a UV thing?
What?
The grow lamp?
Yeah.
So we run into any vampires?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Go to Oktoberfest. Just bring that fucking...
Yeah, let's see who reacts.
Just walking around.
There's an old telephone pole.
Why do you have that bright ass fucking light?
You're one of the good ones.
Somebody else comes down tonight.
Yeah. They will be someone saying that they saw the lantern. Wait. Shh, shh. We are literally like carrying so much shit. Okay, so on the way out of the tunnel, Cody and I we just had this really strange experience where we were like hearing, things move around and be disheveled at the end of the tunnel, to the point to where, there was enough of a strange, threatening feeling to where like we did have to like kind of pull out protection. It was odd. So you first have to understand what it felt like to gather up all of our stuff. Like at that point, I didn't want to turn my back to where that was happening. I'm trying to like gather stuff. Cody's like, "Oh, it looks like we're going to have to make multiple trips to the car." I'm like, "Looks like you're going to go fuck yourself." I'm pack muling this shit. Like, if anything, pile this stuff up like all on me. Like, and that's how like we're gonna get out of here. Like, I can carry a couple 100 pounds for 200 yards. I don't care. We're not leaving anything behind to come back and get it because it was high alert mode. So as we're walking out, we feel pretty good. We got this like massive grow light. We're casting. We're shining with all the power of the sun into the woods. So we're gonna have the drop on anything. You feel somewhat safe. Light helps make you feel safe and everything. Plus, a sidearm definitely makes you feel safe or whatever. And we get out to that edge, and lo and behold, there's seemingly nothing there. As we're walking, you can hear the shuffling of our feet, and me and Cody are trying to kind of talk and banter just to kind of get out of there and like lighten the mood. And at one point you hear me go shh, shh, like because I can hear, or I think it was more of like a feeling than anything else.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I had this overwhelming feeling of like, hey, focus, pay attention. Like something's on you. Something's here, something's around you. And if you pay really close attention after I do the shh, shh, that sound, you can hear. You might need to go back and listen to it. Me and Cody listened to it over and over again. It's super unsettling. It sounds, to me, it sounds like something being said in Latin, but it's not me or Cody. And you let us know your opinion. Comment section, or let us.
Really weird that neither of us heard it. It just got picked up by the camera only.
Yeah, so it's immediately.
It's another one of those things like that thing going in my ear where it's like you don't even know it until you watch it back.
Yeah, it's a really strange. It's like that sixth sense kicks in, and yeah, mine did, and I tell Cody like, hey, look, let's quiet it down for a second so I can hear it, and just after that, shh, you hear what appears to be a man speaking in a foreign language.
A very gravelly man with a
Yeah.
unhumanish voice.
Yeah, and it's funny because like you're gonna see this, but the next day where we started getting all the EVP readings was right where we were walking out
Yeah.
of the tunnel in this location. So super strange. Let us know, comment section and chat. Let us know what you think. We're pack muling out of here. Cody, did you see what time it is? It's like 3. Just walk through a giant spider web. Me and spiders. They just love me. Yeah, it kind of stinks.
What?
It kind of stinks.
Railroad noise, like a fucking that railway track sound.
Oily boily. This is the part where Cody gets yanked into the darkness. I mean, there at the end, it had some serious haunted vibes. Can't deny that. Was it the most scared I've ever been? No. Well, that got really weird.
Yeah, definitely something going on.
So, towards the end, go figure, just like when we say we're doing catfishing or something. And I guess closer we got to 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it's almost 3:30 now.
Yeah, it's almost 3:30. You know, it just seemed that it got more and more active. We go left. And, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of mumbo jumbo lore to anything, you know, but there's an awful lot of reports of stuff out there, and it really did sound like somebody was just walking in front of the tunnel and, like, kind of throwing stuff. And, like, at the foot of the tunnel, too, is where something got thrown earlier in the night. You know, like, it genuinely had me like, huh, we got to go out this way, don't we? It's like that's where things seem to be super active. We're hoping that all the footage you can pick up what we were hearing. Now we gotta get our way out of the way back roads. That was interesting towards the end, for sure. I thought that there was another person, at least.
I was waiting for a person to pop out, or just a raccoon or some critter. But like you could just see right there, and it's like the noise looked like it was coming right where we're looking, and there's like nothing there.
Yeah, you even sent that mega lumen flashlight beam down it. Still didn't pick up anything. At one point, I did think, and it might have been on film, but then again, it might have just been like my imagination. I felt like something popped its head from the top left.
The tunnel?
Yeah.
I thought it was, yeah.
And like looked in, like it had like somehow like peeked its head in to look into the tunnel. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know if my eyes were playing tricks. Like, it also looked like the lantern was like,
yeah.
like kind of getting brighter and dimmer.
I saw that like the light that we had brought, the grow light, like I was filming when I saw it, so I started filming. I don't know if it picks up or whatever, but I swear it was like everything got really, really bright and intense. But that light has the function to, you know, if we had it on a lower function, something could have very well turned it up, because I swear it got brighter. At points it was like, whoa, why is it so dark? You know, it's crazy. Yeah. So, you know, this tunnel doesn't give very much spooky vibe during the day. During the day, it's just really peaceful. Now, down this way, and along, like, there used to be a railroad track here, and then there used to be electric lines that led off to the side here. And if you follow those electric lines, you eventually get to foundations of the old town Moonville. It's all through there, but it's pretty much just been left to time. So there's barely any remnants left over other than some foundations and things like that. That is the town of Moonville. This kind of acted like the gateway to the small town Moonville, the village back in the day. A small town that lived off of this railway here, and the occupants of the town typically were coal or timber workers, because this area was well known for its coal and timber. And yeah, it was decommissioned, I believe, in 1986. Was whenever they stopped running trains to this area. There's over here, there's like a little plaque that says this was reconstructed or repaired in 1903. You can see here. And this arched structure has kept its you can see here where they used to have like kind of like a outer coating of like cement on it, but as time has gone on, it has fallen to the ground, leaving just the old brick. But it's absolutely amazing. Arches are incredibly strong and typically survive the test of time, like the aqueducts, you know, of Rome. But I wouldn't say this is going anywhere. This is pretty amazing. And I look at the ceiling, and I don't see any, like, where bricks have fallen out or anything like that. So it's pretty awesome. They just carved right through this hill because they wanted to merge the iron industry with the coal industry and make one train that could go through to collect both iron ore and coal. It's pretty neat. It's old. So the next day, Cody and I came back because we wanted to get some daytime B-roll, like our intro and just some like other footage. We even were going to try to be ambitious and go and find the actual like remnants of Moonville, because there's some foundations and there's some other things, you know, that are out there, you know, left over from the 1800, you know, late 1800s. And we were going to go out there. We're going to try to get some footage of that. And while we're getting B-roll and while we are, you know, doing some time lapse and some secondary footage and things like that, you know, it's after it's all said and done that, you know, we're like, well, we're here. We might as well run the spirit box while
Yeah,
we're
we
doing this
didn't
stuff.
bring much. We didn't. I don't think we brought any other cameras other
Yeah.
than your phone, and we just had the spirit box.
Yeah. So
No, we had the ghost meter too.
so after we get out there, we're like, hell with it. Let's just do some EVP as we walk out of the tunnel. And the walkout of the, like, us walking out of this tunnel, it was like really obvious that something wanted to chat, something wanted to talk with us. And then it was kind of like strange and picky at times. Like Cody was like, "Oh, do you want to try to run it?" And he hands it to me, and as soon as it touches my hand, it goes off. And it talks to me for a little bit, and I'm like, "Okay, well, do you want to talk to, you know, Fog? And you know, you want to talk to Fog Gilly?" And like, you know, you hear it like like chatter, and you're like, what the fuck, you know? So we just kept handing this thing back and forth, and we were getting some strange readings. If you guys want to take a whack at
Deciphering.
and or interpreting what was said here, go ahead and put what you think it is and the timestamp comment section and chat if you're hearing these. Why don't you tell us what you think that they are too? It was a hell of a way to leave like Moonville Tunnel that day.
Is this where the candles were?
Yeah, it is where the candles were.
It's going already.
Oh. Did you move our candles? Did you move our candles? You're very talkative. Would anyone like to speak to us who lives in this tunnel? Are there any...
I don't know what that said.
Hello? Who do we have the pleasure of speaking to? Please tell us your name. Whoever was speaking, can you come back? What was that? Don't be shy. Have you ever heard of D's? D's nuts. Nope. So have you heard of them?
I said something about helping me in that first time. I can listen back.
I'm sorry, please say that again. I have a cold.
Yeah.
The wind's coming.
It's like every time we take a step,
Let's try again.
something happens.
All right, we're taking another step. All right, well, we're leaving. Sure was nice talking to you. Okay, well, we're taking off. Sounds like it's trying.
It's on the power line.
Mm-hmm. And you can see. Oop. very old power line. Now I imagine if we followed those,
What?
there's some chatter coming through. If we followed those
Maybe try holding it and see.
Why does it always do that with me?
I don't know.
Is it me you would like to talk to? I'm gonna break my arm. Hello? This is Deadeye speaking. Why, hello?
Say move over? Or what did it say?
I think you said no Cody.
Do I need to leave?
Is there something you would like to say to me? Oh, you're a chatty Cathy all of a sudden. Hey, wild lettuce. Was it me you wanted to talk to this whole time? Yes or no? I'm right here. Were you messing with us the other night? Was it you that wouldn't stop messing with the lantern? You're awfully quiet now.
See if it gets mad if I take it back. Kids?
She sound like.
Did that sound like just a song?
Why weren't you speaking the other night?
I don't like that one.
Oh. Hey, talk to me. Talk to me. Is there something you're trying to tell me? Did you used to live here? Did you die here? Are you buried here? Are you happy we're leaving? I'm gonna take that as a no. Sound like a no. Do you want us to leave you alone for now? Sound like a deep breath. Speed. Game true. Well, we're leaving. Can you say goodbye? I'm going to say goodbye. You want to say goodbye to Cody?
What do you say?
So, I don't know. Here's no? Fog Gilly.
Hello? Can you give us a name? Something to call you?
Do you want to set this off? Okay, well, goodbye. Well,
All right, we're leaving.
It's interesting. Far more active during the day. At least when it came to talking.
Something. Turn this off. I need to figure out how far back that town. I don't know what it is.
We can probably look into old records.
Yeah.
Well, we got our shots. Now we're going to go put the episode together for you guys. Had some strange things happen, both day and night. Night was just definitely creepier because of the atmosphere and because it seemed as if something was super close to us, when in fact we couldn't really tell. But until next time, hellions and harlots, love you. So there you have it. Turned out to be pretty unbeknownst to us. Pretty happening, pretty popping night that night.
Pretty interesting. There's some weird happenstances.
Yeah, and I think that we could go back out there and do that again.
I'd say that's the great thing about being so close to some of these places is like going back out and trying to get more stuff and seeing what could happen.
I'd like to get some better equipment and go out there again, and then
I would really love to try to find the town.
Yeah, the remnants of the town. Let us know if you guys want to see us go out and find the remnants of Moonville, the actual town. But yeah, that was spooky, but nothing too crazy like happening to us while we like, at least we were unaware. You know what I mean? It wasn't until after we reviewed the footage and then we were like, oh, there's a lot of strange happenings.
I just missed something, comment pop up and be like, you guys got to look at this. And like at a certain point, we're not even paying attention. We don't even see it. There's like this giant thing standing in the woods in the dark. And we're just like, ugh.
Yeah. We were
never going back again.
We were next to that. Yeah. And guys, by all means, like if you've seen things in the footage and whatnot that we might have missed, why don't you let us know in the comment section too? Because we would like to know, and then maybe we can take that rendered footage or that isolated footage and pop that over on our Patreon, Deadeye Two Tongue 740, and yeah, we also plan on putting some of the footage that didn't make its way into our IRL over on Patreon. If you guys would like to go follow us there, we'll do some behind the scenes and some footage that didn't make the cut over there. But overall, just a spooky time. I would like it to be a bit more spooky, to be honest. Like I'd like our next location to really push the limits.
I'm waiting to get indoors to something, because that's where the night vision cameras really shine. Because there's less open space for the infrared lights to go, so it just brightens everything up. And
yeah, I'm sure we'll find it. We have some stuff rolling up our sleeves. We have some people, different locations who Ones that we can say when we can talk about, like Mount Nebu. Um, look up Mount Nebu if you haven't heard it. Mount Nebu is a really really strange story here in our local area, about the Kuntz family and some occult practice and witchcraft that they did that might be responsible for quite a bit of the paranormal and undergoings of our area. So a lot of people are rumored to say. A lot of people say that they were charlatans and that they actually weren't like in touch with the spiritual world at all. You know, who
News.
knows? Who knows? But we try to go into things with an open mind, open heart, and non-biased, and face our fear. Because I think a lot of times it is just fear that is getting the best of us whenever we are giving credence to things that we have never seen. Cody and I try to go in rational, well studied, understanding what it is that the lore entails, and if we can verify it, you bet we will. If we can't, we'll be the first to tell you. It's not a paycheck for us. This is our fascination. This is what we absolutely love to do, and we're going to keep doing it because people like you absolutely love it. But in conclusion, Boonville has always maintained a mystique to it, and I don't think that's going to be going away anytime soon. The atmosphere is spooky. The drive out there, very spooky. It is definitely a place that you have to be cautious of. You have to be careful of, for many reasons. But I think that adds a lot to the charm and lore. I think if you didn't know anything about that tunnel and you walked up on it, I think the chances of you seeing something might be a little slim. Even when we went looking for it, we hardly found it. We had to rely on technology to show it to us. So some spooky happenings, some strange things. We're going to try to dig in and see if we can't decipher what was being said on those music boxes. Maybe it'll give us clues into things that we can go, and investigate a second time. Oh, you remember the one part that the what did he say? The kids, and then
Oh,
he hurt them.
yeah, that was really weird.
Like
The
that was
the
sent into the
EV,
spirit
yeah,
box.
spirit box came through. Well, I mean, that's what I
Yeah, that's what it
thought I
sounds like.
heard
That's what it
come
sounds like.
through, something about kids, and then it sounded like it said he hurt them, and ooh,
Yeah, just weird stuff. But if we can go in well armed, and better informed and all that. But the winner of tonight's shirt, congratulations. Thank you for your donation. That was so awesome of you. Go ahead and contact us at Hellfire Holler podcast at gmail.com. We're going to get that shirt out to you. And guys, if you have stories that you would like to be heard on our podcast, our humble little growing podcast, then you can write into Hellfire Holler podcast at gmail.com. Let us know all about your haunted experience, your near death experience, or just your near experience with death. It didn't hit you, you didn't go into a near death kind of situation, but you were as close to death as you could be without dying. Those are all things that we like to talk about here on our podcast. And be ready for the next IRL, which is going to be my trip to Munchkin Land, Michigan. It was spooky to do by myself. But it was good. A lot of facing my fear, a lot of just having to confront things as I walk around a rumored horror story. But yeah, we'll get into that next IRL. Probably not going to do a Monday episode after this one, just because IRLs, they take a long time to assemble. They really do. You got multiple camera angles to address and to splice in, and a lot more footage to sift through and go through. And we are also at the same time looking for anything that has a trace of paranormal to it. So that is going to take a little bit longer as well. But we hope you enjoyed this episode. Why don't you let us know how you like this episode down in the comment section. Chat, thank you guys. As always, you guys are absolutely phenomenal. Thank you for being there for us. You can go check out hellfireholler.com. It's got all of our products over there, small batch products created with love, care, and tenderness for your health and well-being.
and we've got how many shirts on the site now? most of our shirts.
Got quite a few
The
T-shirts you can
Puck Wedgie
purchase.
shirt. We've
Mhm.
got the Thunder Machine Enthusiast shirt.
Mhm.
We've got the Windy the Pooh shirt.
Mhm.
We've got our other shirts.
Mhm. Yeah, we got a ton of stuff, and guys, we're making more merch every day. We're trying to give back to all of you who spend your time, energy, and hard-earned cash with us, because we love each and every one of you, and we love the position that you have put us in here in the public eye to get people's word out and to get people's stories of the unknown into the ears of those brave enough to sit around the internet campfire. And we love each and every one of you guys for it. Cody, any adieux?
I don't think so. Just
I don't got any dues either. I am a due for a napping, and I think I want to go catch that. And I'm going to join you guys tomorrow for this episode of the Near Death Diary, episode 21,
I believe so. Yes.
our IRL investigation in the Moonville Tunnel. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Why don't you let us know if you did in the comment section? We love each and every one of you. Like, subscribe, follow, and until then, stay strapped, stay spooky, stay wild.